Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another video here. So we got an Angela Kang teaser yesterday that was pretty exciting. I saw it late last night. That's actually when she posted it. It was like really late last night, and we actually have the confirmation now, which is actually very exciting. I got a question on this like a few days ago as a Q&A on like, are we going to get a The Walking Dead season 11 part 2 trailer or official trailer, right? And I was like, I don't know, because like usually they don't do that for different parts, and I know this year is a little different because it's 3 parts, but they already gave us like a 30-second teaser, right? So I was like, I don't know if we're going to really get an actual trailer. And I said before even part 1 aired, I said like back in the summer, I said, you really should release like these official trailers for each part, right? Like you're already calling it part 1, part 2, part 3. Like just make it so official, right? Release this official trailer for each part. Celebrate each each 8 episodes as like 3 mini seasons, right? Like it's these 3 epic parts to this very epic final season kind of thing, right? Go all out. And Angela Kang seemingly confirmed that last night. She's editing the trailer right now, and yeah, we'll get into this. So before we go any further, obviously if you are new here, make sure to be a subscriber if you want to get more Walking Dead content like this. And also if you haven't followed the Discord yet, we're almost at 1,000 members. We're very, very close. We're like 15 or 20 members away or something like that. So if you haven't followed the Discord yet, I really recommend doing so. It is a ton of fun. The link is down below. But yeah, let's talk about the Walking Dead season 11 B trailer here, or not the actual trailer, but let's talk about what Angela Kang teased yesterday. Which actually, I guess, side note, I should mention this because it is Remembrance Day. I do want to mention that although I would like to take like a minute break here just sort of to reflect and all of that, it's a lot of people might be watching this video on like November 12th or 13th and stuff, so I can't really pause and do that. But what I will say is I really recommend reflecting on you know what veterans have done for us and all the freedoms that we have. It is such an amazing thing that, you know, my Peppa Day, he fought for Canada, and it was something that growing up we all knew, you know, like my dad, my grandparents, like everyone just sort of, we always talked about it. It was always something that was sort of known, and he was always this respectable man because of it. And it was always something that we knew, and I think he was everyone's idol in our family. You know, he was everybody's idol. Everyone looked up to him. He was just like this beacon of light and just honor in our family. And it's not even just him, you know, I look at my Mema Day, she sacrificed a lot too back then. And you know, my Peppa Day's father also fought in World War I and in II. And also his brother, like my Peppa Day's brother, he lost his life. He lost his life in Italy. And you just got to think, you know, that was a different time back then. And they all volunteered. Like they weren't recruited or anything like that. They weren't drafted. Like they volunteered. They went into service. And it's just something that, you know, to give your life for something like that is just something that I'm just very proud of. I never forget it. I named my son James Day after my great grandfather because he means like that much to me. And I'm definitely far from it, but I try to be as respectful and honorable as he was. And I know I'll never be that, but I definitely, you know, I try to keep his memory and the things that he stood for alive every day. And I know the rest of my family do as well, you know. And so yeah, anyways, if you know, I'm sure many of you have family who fought, and I just wanted to give some quick words, a little story about, you know, my family. And I'm so proud to be a Day. And yeah, I'll stop talking about that because otherwise I'll start choking up a bit here. But yeah, Twitter says #Canada remembers, but I think the whole world should remember, right? Anyways, let's talk about the trailer here. So Angela Kang gave a little bit of a teaser here, and you do actually hear a little bit of the trailer. It does sound like it is something that is very action focused, at least based off of the music, because you kind of hear like this sort of thing. And then I believe you hear Daryl say something like, he says, I can't remember exactly what he says, but he says something there. It's nothing noteworthy. It's just more of like a call to action kind of thing. And Angela Kang posted this not even 11 hours ago. She said, The Walking Dead season 11 B trailer. We're working on it. And then she just put editor's cut, temp music, noting, and then happy face. So I think what this is telling me is that obviously they are working on the trailer right now. They're editing it like crazy. They're doing everything. I actually think what they're planning to do is release this around December, right? Because if they're working on the trailer right now, they've obviously been working on it for quite a bit. They probably are like halfway done, a quarter to halfway done at least. Obviously, don't want to put a time limit on it, but I believe that they probably do have a deadline on when this has to be finished. First of all, I love the fact that Angela Kang works on the trailers. I think that is smart because if you just give it to other people, they might reveal too much sort of thing, right? And there's probably, well, there is definitely a lot of things that Angela Kang likely knows that the fans know, right? Maybe comments she made or Angela Kang or Scott Gimple made, right? Like she knows what some of the fans are excited about, what they know, what's sort of been leaked out there. So she can be like, okay, I'm going to craft this very cleverly here. I want to really hype up and tease part two, and I love that. Honestly, I think it's definitely really smart to have the person who's writing everything for the most part, who's really in charge of everything, actually editing the trailer. Because I know most of the time that is the case, but I feel like there's also people who aren't really in charge of it, like fully, right? There's some people where I know they approve of the trailer, but they don't actually do a lot of the editing and stuff like that. They just say, take this part out, take this out, and maybe Angela Kang is also sort of doing that a little bit, but I don't know. I love the fact that she's very involved, and I really do think that the trailer is likely to come out once World Beyond ends. I think that's exactly where they're planning it. Because think about it, like, it doesn't take that long to edit a trailer, right? Like, if you actually really think about it, the trailer is usually, I mean, if they want to make this like an official trailer where it's like 2 minutes, then like that's only 2 minutes of editing. And yes, it's a lot of scenes. There's going to be a lot of fast cuts, a lot of like, you might take like one scene out of one episode. It's just because the scene looks really cool. So you have to go through all of that, click that one scene to insert it there. You know, it's a lot of time, a lot of effort, but it's not going to take months to do, right? Like this trailer isn't going to come out in January. That's 2 months away. They have a lot of time before then. They have the whole rest of November to work on this trailer. And, you know, they've probably already worked on it for a bit. So I really do believe that the trailer is likely going to come out once World Beyond ends on December 5th. It could come out before, like whenever it ends, I guess, for AMC Plus viewers, but I don't know about that. I have a feeling that it's likely going to drop right when World Beyond ends, and then we're going to get this whole splash of information with like the Rick Grimes movie. There's going to be the trailer. There's going to be a bunch of stuff that comes out. And I say Rick Grimes movie because I really do believe that the Rick Grimes movie has to come out, or not come out, but there's got to be some information right when World Beyond ends. I mean, there just has to be. Like imagine if they actually didn't reveal anything for World Beyond. I just think that would be insane. You know, I think you have a lot of fans who watch the show because you promised a lot of Rick Grimes information. You promised a bunch of stuff like that. I think it makes a lot of sense to give some more details, or at least give some first, like, really amazing details about the Rick movie once the show ends. And then even if you want, just say, you know what, like, we were waiting for the show to end for us to drop more information. Now that it's over, here we go. If they're so silent on it and they just sort of talk about, like, I don't know what they could reveal in the final episode. Maybe they say something like just maybe it's literally a scene where it's like they have this file, and then Jadis is like, or not Jadis, but Elizabeth Kublik. Maybe she's like, oh, by the way, he escaped, and they're like, who escaped, whatever. And then she passes like this file over to Jadis, and Jadis looks at this thing and it says like Rick Grimes, or there's something like that, right? Like, imagine a scene like that plays out. Maybe it's a post-credit scene or something like that. Then a lot of us are going to be really excited, obviously, for the Rick movie, because that's a big setup, right? Afterwards, on Talking Dead, if Scott Gimple's going to be on that show, which I really hope he's going to be, he has to, or at least if it's not even him, maybe he does an interview with like Entertainment Weekly, Variety, Deadline, or whoever, right? Maybe he does an interview with them and then he gives a bunch more information. Then he actually talks about the Rick movies and what they have planned, a release date, this and that. But like, if it's just dead quiet, even though we get a scene like that, and that's exciting and really cool, you know, the question's going to be, okay, when is this movie coming out? I want to know, like, when are we going to see Rick again, right? Like, I think for the last year or two, people have been, for the most part, pretty patient because we knew that World Beyond had to finish before we got any real, like, concrete Rick Grimes news, right? And I think once World Beyond ends, it's just going to, we're going to be at that point where we're like, okay, is it coming out soon? What the hell's going on? And not even that, like, maybe people will still be a little bit more patient, but like once The Walking Dead ends, and that's in a year from now, right? Like next November it'll be over, October, November next year. If there's no news then people will be pretty pissed off about it. And people are going to be people are already pretty upset about everything. I mean, they're really like, they want news. And same with me too. I really thought that they were going to be filming this year just because Andrew Lincoln said that, right? And so I really wonder why they didn't film this year. Like, that's the one thing that we don't know yet. Why didn't they film, right? I don't understand that. But yeah, I hope that we get more information. I think that the last, you know, in the next month, there's going to be a lot of stuff that comes out right before the Christmas break, and then we'll be on that Christmas break for a bit. And then next year is just going to be really exciting. And honestly, I really can't wait. So yeah, I'm going to leave it here. Make sure to post your thoughts and your predictions for the trailer down below. What do you think we're going to see, and when do you think we're going to see it? Hope you all enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.